As you may know, plateaus are also called tablelands. The Peninsular Plateau is also a tableland. This tableland was formed when Gondwana land broke and the pieces drifted apart. Gondwana land is the southern part of the ancient supercontinent Pangaea, with Angara land in the northern part. Thus, the Peninsular Plateau is part of a very old landmass. This is also evident in the composition of the plateau. It is composed of old crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. What kind of relief would you find on a tableland? The Peninsular Plateau consists of both broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. Based on the relief, the Peninsular Plateau has two broad divisions: the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. Let's check out these areas on the map. The Central Highlands refer to the portion of the Peninsular Plateau that lies to the north of the Narmada River. It covers a majority of the Malwa Plateau. The Vindhya Range forms the boundary of the Central Highlands on the south. The Aravalis form the northwestern boundary of these highlands. The Vindhya Range has a special significance because it divides India geographically into northern India or the Indo-Gangetic Plain and southern India. Moving a little west along the Vindhya Range, the Peninsular Plateau gradually merges into the sandy and rocky desert of Rajasthan. Let's take a look at the rivers in this region. They are the Chambal, the Sindh, the Betwa, and the Ken. As they flow from the southwest direction to the northeast direction, they give you a fair indication which way the mountains slope in this region. If you observe the layout of the Central Highlands on the map, the highlands seem to be wider in the west than in the east. Let's move eastwards in the Central Highlands. You may have heard of Bundelkhand. The famous Khajuraho temples are in this part of the country. Bundelkhand is the local name for the eastward extensions of the Peninsular Plateau. The other eastward extension is Bundelkhand. Further east, you will come across the Chota Nagpur Plateau. This is the eastern extension of the Central Highlands. The Damodar is an important river that drains this region. Now, we move on to the other part of the Peninsular Plateau, the Deccan Plateau. If you observe the shape of the plateau on the map, you will see that it is a triangular landmass lying to the south of the Narmada. The broad base of this triangle is in the north and the narrow tip of the triangle is in the south. The Satpura range borders this base in the north. On its eastern side, it has the Mahadev Hills, the Kaimur Hills, and the Maikal Range. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west and slopes gently eastwards. In the northeast, is an extension of the plateau, called the Meghalaya and Karbi Anglong Plateau. It is believed that due to the force exerted by the movement of the Indian plate at the time of the formation of the Himalayas, a huge fault was created. This fault demarcates the Meghalaya and Karbi Anglong Plateau from the Chota Nagpur Plateau. There are three prominent hill ranges on the northeastern side of the plateau. As you move from east to west, you can see the Garo Range, the Khasi Ranges, and the Jaintia Hill. Moving southwards over the Deccan Plateau, you will observe that it is bordered by Western Ghats on the west and the Eastern Ghats on the east. If you compare the ranges on both the sides of the Deccan Plateau, you will see a number of interesting differences. The Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coast. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. For example, the Thal Ghat and the Bhor Ghat passes act as links between the interiors of the Deccan Plateau and Mumbai. Another pass, the Palghat Gap, found on the Kerala-Tamil Nadu border, serves as a major communication route between the two states. The Eastern Ghats stretch from the Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. Unlike the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats are discontinuous and irregular. They are interspersed with several rivers that drain into the Bay of Bengal. These rivers are the Godavari, the Mahanadi, the Krishna, and the Kaveri. Let's now compare the heights of the two ranges. The average elevation of the Western Ghats is 900 to 1,600 meters. On the other hand, the Eastern Ghats have an average elevation of about 600 meters only. Thus, the Western Ghats are taller than the Eastern Ghats. The height of the Western Ghats progressively increase from north to south. The highest peaks include the Annaimudi Peak, which is 2,695 meters tall, and the Doddabeta Peak, which is 2,637 meters tall. Compared to this, the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats is the Mahendragiri Peak at 1,501 meters. The Shevaroy Hills and the Javadhi Hills are located to the southeast of the Eastern Ghats. The Shevaroy Hills are famous for thriving coffee plantations, pears, oranges, and bananas. Yerkad, a famous hill station, is also a part of Shevaroy Hills. The Javadhi Hills are one of the largest ranges of Eastern Ghats. The map shows the location of some of the famous hill stations of this region: Udagamandalam or Ooty and Kodaikanal. An interesting feature of the Western Ghats is orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall is caused when a range of mountains intercepts rain-bearing monsoon winds. The Western Ghats intercept the westerly monsoon winds, forcing these winds to deposit most of their rain in the windward side, which is the western side. Therefore, the area of the Deccan Plateau to the east of the Ghats receives very little rainfall. The Western Ghats are known in different regions by different names. For example, people in Maharashtra refer to the Western Ghats as the Konkan coast, while those in Kerala refer to them as the Malabar coast. One of the distinct features of the Peninsular Plateau is the black soil area, known as the Deccan Trap. The Deccan Trap is of volcanic origin. Did you know the volcanic beds of the Deccan Plateau were formed in the massive Deccan Trap's eruptions about 66 million years ago? The igneous rocks found in the region clearly indicate the volcanic origin of the Deccan Plateau. The black soil in the plateau was formed as these igneous rocks denuded over time. These were the two broad divisions of the Peninsular Plateau. But before we complete the discussion on the Peninsular Plateau, let's take a look at its northwestern margins. On the western and northwestern margins of the plateau, you will find the Aravali Hills, one of the oldest ranges in the world. The Aravali Hills extend from Gujarat to Delhi in a southwest to northeast direction. This range once had extremely tall hills. However, millions of years of weathering eroded them, and they are now broken hill forms.